Good morning, all you good people. Hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you've had a good weekend. Want to take you back into the book of Mark today. And we spent a couple of weeks looking at servant leadership based upon incidences that took place in chapter 9 and chapter 10. But I think it's time to get back into the theme of what Mark is talking about. And we come to a really beautiful passage today. And I've really been hoping and praying that this is going to just encourage you. You know, not every sermon or every thought is for everybody. But I would put, if I were a gambling man, I would put money on it that today is a day that would be something that many of you will be able to identify with. I want to take you to Mark chapter 10 and verse 46. And this is what happened. And they came to Jericho. And as he was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a great multitude, Bartimaeus, a blind beggar, the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out. You see, Jesus obviously had a reputation, and people would have spoken about this man Jesus in the hopes that maybe he'll come to our town, maybe we'll get to hear him teach, maybe we'll witness a miracle. Well, blind Bartimaeus was one of those people, but the problem was he was blind. And then he heard, because there's nothing wrong with his hearing, he heard that Jesus of Nazareth was coming to his town. And when he heard that it was Jesus, he began to cry out. There was nothing wrong with his voice either. And say, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he cried out all the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus stopped and said, call him. You see, Jesus, amidst all the noise of what was going on, and people wanting to hear him, and people wanting to talk with him, and people wanting to touch him, and people wanting him to do something from there for them, Jesus heard the call of this blind man. I wonder if it was a faith call. You see, Jesus always responds positively to those who will call him by faith. And then they called, this is the crowd around, they called the blind man, saying to him, take heart, rise up, he is calling you. And throwing off his mantle, he sprang up and he came to Jesus. And you know the story from then. Jesus touched the man and he healed him. But there's a couple of points here that I want to make, and let's start at the end. I just think that there must be a lot of people who have been like Bartimaeus, crying out for Jesus to come and answer a prayer, crying out in desperation for year after year after year, just waiting for Jesus to walk past so they can receive what they have been praying for. There are many people out there who have been praying for loved ones, praying for healing, praying for relationship restoration, praying for financial help. There are many prayers that have been prayed many times over the course of many people's lives. I wonder if you're one of them. If you are, I would suggest you probably heard the word of the cynic here as well, where they said to him, the crowd said, he has no time for you. He's not going to hear you. You just be quiet because he's never going to answer your prayer. I wonder if you've heard that voice before of people who know you saying, oh no, here he or she goes again, asking God for the same old thing. If you have heard that voice from the skeptics and the cynics out there, ignore it. Ignore it. Because there may just come a day when Jesus is going to say, where they're going to say to you, rise up, he is calling you. But I love the fact that they say, take heart, rise up, he's calling you. Bartimaeus, he's actually calling for you. Bartimaeus, he's heard you. Bartimaeus, after all of these years of crying and whining and moaning at the gate, beautiful, where you have been sitting as a beggar because you're blind, rise up, Bartimaeus, because he is calling you. Bartimaeus, take heart. I don't think I need to say anything more today, other than to say, maybe you could identify so well with the praying Bartimaeus, who in desperation has been crying out for the touch of Jesus, who's been in desperation just trying to get Jesus's attention, but the crowd is there and these other people and Jesus is busy. I would say to you today, people, keep praying, but take heart. Take heart. I love that, because your heart has been stolen from you. Your heart has been stolen by despair and despondency and disappointment. Take it back. Take that heart back. Take heart, because maybe, just maybe, today He's calling for you. Now, that's a beautiful, beautiful thought. You know, there's a song that we used to sing. Some of you may know it. It used to go, reach out and touch the Lord as He passes by. You'll find He's not too busy to hear your heart's cry. Reach out, touch Him, embrace Him, and there may just be a time when today is your day. I'll be praying for you today, that if you have been praying these prayers for a long time, that maybe today, as I tell you to take heart, maybe people, maybe today is your day, that as Jesus passes by, He will hear your cry of faith and your prayer. And just maybe today, if you take heart, this could be your day. You have a fantastic day, people, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.